Every time I see somebody playing this super tough guy act, trying to overact tough or out tough the other person, I always think that they're playing. And the thought that comes to my mind is, I wonder if this dude would tell if he ever got jammed up. Because if we're being honest, in the streets, there is no rules, there is no code. That whole code of silence is a straight up myth for some people. The dudes who act the toughest, the most ruthless, the most violent, they be the ones working with the government. How are you gonna be a bully and a snitch? You gotta choose your character, bro. I look at this video right here, all these dudes packed 4 deep in a car, pulling out guns for the camera, and I can guarantee you that at least one of them is ready to sing. You see them posted up talking all that gangster shit and what they'll do to someone if someone tries them. And I just recently saw some dude beg his ops to kill him.
I just called several ops and told them I was outside. Why ain't nobody come blow me down?
But the second that pressure hits, the second they looking at a steel door in a 20-year bid, they mouth start singing. For generations, there was this idea of the code of the streets, which was an unwritten rule book for neighborhoods where you couldn't trust the police to protect you. The whole thing was born from a deep-seated distrust of the system. And at its core, the main rule was simple. You just don't talk to the cops. It was about handling your business in-house and being loyal to your own. For a lot of people, it was about survival. As the sociologist Elijah Anderson put it, this code is what takes over when the law ends and you're responsible for your own safety. At first, the code was supposed to be about honor. It was a promise that when you and your people got caught, you stand tall and keep your mouth shut. It meant your word and your loyalty were worth more than getting a few years shaved off your sentence. But a promise is only as strong as the person making it. And in a world full of actors, that promise is hollow now. The code has become a prop. Something for tough guys to flash, but the first thing they drop when they back is against the wall. Shoot, even the mafia dudes, that whole old culture of La Costa Nostra is gone now. It's extinct because all these dudes was rats. Yeah, the mafia is still alive, but they not as violent as they once were because of snitches and rats. So is there anyone left who really lives by that code? On May 17, 2015, a beef between 2 rival motorcycle clubs, the Banditos and the Cossacks, exploded in a restaurant parking lot. When it was all over, 9 bikers were dead and 20 more were injured. It was one of the most violent biker brawls in modern American history. The police rolled deep, arresting 177 bikers on the spot. To break them, they charged over 150 of them with organized crime and slapped each one with $1 million bond. The authorities thought they had them dead to rights. A mountain of evidence and nearly 200 guys facing life in prison. And their plan was to squeeze them until they started flipping on each other. But then after years, nobody ended up talking. Not a single person. Even with life sentences hanging over their heads, they refused to snitch. So the district attorney's entire case fell apart without anyone cooperating. The first trial ended in a mistrial. The DA had to dismiss every single charge related to the shootout. Now this Waco shootout is probably one of the last exceptions we done seen. Because for that one story, there are 1,000 others that go the complete opposite way. Someone who is performing toughness is not the same as someone who is genuinely strong. Their whole identity is built on a fragile image of being dominant and aggressive. He's motivated by a deep insecurity and a desperate need to be in control. He uses fear to feel powerful because deep down he feels powerless. His loyalty isn't to a code or a crew, it's to himself. This type of person is all about transactions. They'll ride with a crew because it gives them the status and protection. But the second that crew becomes a risk instead of a reward, the math changes. When he's the one looking at a federal indictment, that tough guy act shatters. The show is over. All that's left is a scared person looking for the fastest way out. And in the American legal system, the fastest way out is cooperation. Prosecutors have immense power, especially with the threat of mandatory minimum sentences. When you're looking at a mandatory 20, 30, or even 40 years, the choice becomes pretty clear. Do you stay silent out of loyalty and lose the rest of your life? Or do you cooperate for a chance to ever be free again? For most people, that's not really a choice, it's a survival instinct. Federal and state prosecutors use informants in tens of thousands of cases every single year. It's a big part of how they operate. They create a prisoner's dilemma where the first one talks to get the best deal and the one who stays silent gets the hammer dropped on them. The whole system is set up to reward betrayal. So my advice is, if you're gonna do a crime, do it by yourself But most importantly, just don't do the crime at all. As Flight React says, stop doing that dirt. It's too many cameras nowadays.
Stop doing that dirt way out there ahead, man, because you're gonna get caught. When you get caught, you will be going away for a long time. Everybody will forget about you.